Brooks the lone setback. Three wide receivers in. Sanders, McGee, and Howard. Gannon sideliner off target. May have been a miscue there intended for Howard, but a miscue of some kind. For an NFL update, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Tim, we'll take you to Minnesota, where Fred McAfee, starting for the injured Derek Brown, goes untouched, 3 yards into the end zone. 7-0 Saints. First quarter, they lead the Vikings. Back to RFK, Tim and Matt.
Tim, I think that game up there in Minnesota is a defining game for both teams. Whoever wins that has a chance to go on and really set themselves up for the postseason.
Saints love to bounce back from that debacle Monday night. Second down. That is Brooks again. Not much running room. No gain on the play. May have lost a half a yard.
Tim,
Hager and Thomas made the tackle.
Yeah, sorry, Tim. It's no surprise that when you want to start to set up your running game, you're going to go with the old counter OT. Everybody blocks down. You fake this side, then you bring this back, come all the way back here, and you'll be leading through with McKenzie 63 and Ed Simmons 76. Now, what they didn't do, and the way to beat this, is to attack it. Whenever you play that counter OT from a defensive standpoint, you just go ahead and attack everything up front.
Keith Millard has come in for the rush on third down for the Eagles. 2 extra defensive backs. Gannon with time, and that's incomplete. Intended for McGee. And the Bluebirds out for the first time this afternoon here at RFK. Washington will have to punt.
It's in both times, Gannon, on those incompletions, he tried to throw that deep comeback, and both times he threw where the receiver wasn't. So it's one of two things. Either the timing is completely off from the quarterback standpoint, or the receivers are not running the right routes.
By Sikahema awaiting the punt from Reggie Roby. Roby standing at the Redskin 33. Fair catch signal by Sikahema at the 14-yard line. And the Eagles will start from there. And they lead 3-0 at RFK Stadium. We're in the first quarter. View of Washington on this Thanksgiving weekend. Lots of folks in town doing some sightseeing, and many of them getting wet yesterday afternoon and evening. But it has turned out beautifully here this afternoon after the rains finally ended early this morning. First down Eagles. They lead 3-0. They're at their 14-yard line. Bubby Brister at the controls. Hebron, the rookie, is smacked right at the line of scrimmage. Johnson and Charles Mann.
Yeah, well, 78, Tim Johnson, Tim, he has been the mainstay right here, number 78, of this whole defense. Now, people have been falling by the wayside, but the one man who's really picked up the banner has been 78, Tim Johnson. That is a good Penn State guy. He's strong, he's tough, he really understands the scheme, and it looks to me like this year he's finally learned how to play through the pain, which in past years has plagued him.
The rookie Sterling Palmer there as well. We'll be watching him throughout this game. Hebron for only a yard, leaves 2nd and 9. Flag is down. Hebron again gets maybe 3 this time. Jeff Faulkner tripped him up. Faulkner, the free agent, picked up from the New Orleans Saints, and with the continuing injury to Bobby Wilson, the left defensive tackle, they put Faulkner right in there. Jim Waller, the backup at that spot, is also hurt.
Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
See what happened, Timmy? Heard you say his name on TV. Got so excited, jumped off sides. Don't talk about him until after the play.
The rookie from Florida State.
Well, they're in love with him. And Sterling Palmer has some skills that are rare to find in a man his size.
Number 97, 6'5", 260-pounder. 2nd down, long 4. Hebron nowhere to go as the middle of this Washington line starting to stiffen. Collins and Faulkner that time making the hit on the rookie. We got about 2. It'll leave 3rd down and a long 2.
Well, Tim, if you're watching this Philadelphia Eagle offense, when they're running the ball, they're liking the middle and the left side of their line. They're staying away from the rookie Holmes right now until he can finally settle down. You see the rookie number 73.
Eagles without Eric Floyd, Mike Shadd, and Broderick Thompson from their starting offensive line unit. Brister on 3rd down to Walker, and Walker is going to be close depending on the spot. You see, he made his own spot there.
Yeah, it was a good one. They believed him. Heck, they
might
set it
get him
right
the first down.
Yeah.
Good job, Herschel.
Next time he should take a couple more steps and make sure it's not even close. Very good job by Brister going hot. He's getting no pressure. He has time. But Walker came out of the backfield under good coverage by Carl Banks and made a tough catch.
Brister 6 of 7 passing. He was 5 of 6 on that opening drive, and we have reached the end of the first quarter with the score: the Philadelphia Eagles 3, the Washington Redskins nothing. Well, Matt, when you take out this kind of scoring potential, Randall Cunningham, Freddie Barnett, the record speaks for itself.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. Obviously, they were a big part of the Eagle offense. But what they've done without them is try to establish the run game with Walker and Hebron, and today it's working.
And we've mentioned the injuries to their offensive front, of course. That's been a huge factor in their lack of success the last 6 weeks as well. But so far today, they've played well in that opening series. Walker, not much, maybe a couple.
Well, Tim,
We are just underway in the second quarter.
yeah, I'm sorry, but the Eagles are running to their strength within the center, and they're also running to the strength right here of the Washington Redskins, number 78, Tim Johnson. Now watch, he just takes a side, now just bowls his way through and catches a shoulder in the chest, but hangs on and makes the play. Tim, you and I know that when we were watching the tapes this week, Tim Johnson was the one guy on the Redskin defense that really was head and shoulders above everybody else.
By far the steadiest player for the last couple of weeks. Second down and 9. Brister for Bavaro with the pressure on him up the middle again. It'll be third down. For another NFL update, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Tim, at the Metrodome, the Vikings have pulled even at 7-7. Salisbury, 14 yards to Steve Jordan with that catch. Steve Jordan now ranks number 3 all-time in receptions among tight ends. Meanwhile, they've gone to the second quarter at Minnesota. Tim and Matt, back to you.
Nice-looking play from Sean Salisbury, getting his opportunity with the injury to Jim McMahon. Third down, and the crowd getting into it here for their Redskin defense. Brister, Lofton dropped it. James Lofton wanted to take that upfield and drop the ball.
Well, Tim, Richie Kotite told us that a couple weeks ago they had the Dolphins beat had Lofton not just done that. And a ball's in his chest, that should be a chance for a big play. Brister knows it, the Eagles know it, and Lofton knows it.
16-year veteran out of Stanford, picked up from the Rams after they let him go. Beagles taken by Mitchell. Good return to the 42-yard line. A 45-yard punt. We'll be back at RFK in a moment.
Summary is sponsored by McDonald's.
Well, most of those numbers have to do with the opening series by the Eagles. They used up 9:14 on the clock, and Brister was 5 for 6 on the drive. It led to the 22-yard field goal by Matt Barr. And, of course, they've outrushed Washington. The Redskins have not had the ball much, and Lofton could have kept that last drive alive had he been able to hold on.
Yeah, well, he's an old warrior. He's been there before. He knows how to deal with it. He also knows that it's coming to a close, and he'd like to go out catching instead of dropping.
Eagles been using him in the 4-wide setup. But it's Redskin ball at the 41-yard line after the good punt return by Mitchell. Double tight end formation. Brooks with a spin move gets close to 3.
Well, he's running right into the center of their defensive line, and that's where number 90 there, William Perry, the Fridge, has really made a difference for this Eagle defense. It's funny, when I spoke with Kotite yesterday, he said, William Perry, yeah, he's in great shape. Well, he's just the best shape I've ever seen him, and I'm going, what kind of shape are you talking about? We're talking Bosque Pear here.
Good fake by Gannon. White check, first down, Redskins.